everybody.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, as we say. Let's see smiles, happy faces, okay? To everybody new, everybody old. Let's start the new year off good. As we say, it's 7:03. I start this meeting. Everybody, please stand. Music. Bless us, O Lord, our Heavenly Father. Bless this food which we are about to partake through thy grace. Bless this meeting and the work in which we are engaged. Bless Unico and all those who contribute to its cause. Bless us, O Lord, strong in our unity, constant in our love for our neighbor, honest in our integrity, unselfish in our charity, and grateful for the opportunity to serve. We ask this in thy name. Amen. Amen. Please remain standing. I ask for a moment of prayer for the passing of Steve Zerpoli's father, who just passed away last week, Richard. Steve, this whole family wishes you and your family our deepest and sincere sympathy. In our Father's name, amen. Amen. Okay, welcome everybody. It's good to see you.
You too.
Well, thank you. I'm glad someone did. All right. Let's start with a roll call here.
Got it?
Carmel, would you like to do it, please?
She doesn't have it.
I have it in here.
Hold on. Oh, we got it.
You have
Oh,
it?
you don't have it?
He said he was gonna do everything.
You want the mic? Tommy,
There it is.
There it is.
can you guys hear me over there?
Yeah.
If you can't, just shout out.
Hold on. Hold it over.
Oh, shit.
I'll try and do it. Okay, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
You gotta mark them down so here. Okay, Brian Banda? Brian? Brian's here. Check. Sal Barbera? Joe? Don't know? He's here. Peter Caggiano?
Present.
Giuseppina Caruso?
Not here.
Donna Completano?
Here.
Angelo Carino?
He's excused. He called.
Okay. Vincent Cosarelli? Not here. Joe Crocco? Here. Phil Cuzzy? Here. You, Karma?
Here.
Next name. Allison Di Pasquale?
Not here.
Michael Darrow? John Esposito?
Here.
All right, where are we? Anna Galante? Joseph Gencarelli?
He's on his way.
Here. All right. Adele Diamond?
Here.
Eleanor Garino? She's here. I think she is here.
She's excused.
Oh, she's not here. Okay. Chevrozoa Hernandez?
Excused.
Christine Lamparello? Joyce Melham?
Excused. She's sick.
Maria Miola?
Present.
Pat Miola?
Yeah.
Pasquale? Tony Pasquale?
Excused.
Luigi Perry?
Excused.
Michael Perrone?
Excused.
Judy Peskatowski?
Here.
Georgianne Politi?
Here.
Tamara Rinaldi? Lois Rinaldi? Let's see. All right, who else we got? Joyce Rizzoli?
Here.
Barton Rizzoli?
Here.
Vincenzo Rotunda?
Here.
Steve Rovell?
Here.
Anthony Sessa?
Here.
Tommy Stigliano? Oh, him here. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
He's not here.
Antonia Tulipano,
Yeah.
Patricia Yuskel,
Here.
Steven Zerpoli, Patricia Zerneski.
Here.
Now, I think we have some that are missed. I don't know.
Yes,
No,
you missed something.
but they're not on the list.
Okay, so you
So
got
we have
Gino,
to add that. So what names do you want to add?
you got Gino, you missed.
Okay, write the names down. He's gonna stay.
We got Gino Tulipano. I didn't put on the roster so far. Anyone else? Gerard Picaro? Perico?
Okay.
Anyone else? I have it on my list though.
Okay.
All
So
right.
what you do,
Anyone else that I
you check
missed?
the roster tonight to whoever's here. to
Okay.
do it, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Mhm.
Okay.
All right, roll call.
Okay.
done.
All right.
Okay, now he's gonna read something.
Now we're.
No induction of new members tonight, but we have a special award that we're giving out. Steve Robel, would you come up, please? Steve,
Just go behind, Steve, if you can, so we get you on the video. Perfect, right.
Steve, on behalf of the Belleville Unico, I want to convey my heartfelt gratitude for your generous contribution for the ALS Walkathon. Your support does not go unnoticed. In fact, it has played a crucial role in raising awareness and the funds for the countless families that are affected by this devastating disease. Thank you. Thank you. I just want to say, for all the events, Steve is always there, may not be there physically, but always there, always there mentally, financially, and I just want to say thank you. Can we get a picture, please? Trish? Or is that someone's good?
Watch the wires, guys, watch the wires.
I'm watching.
Steve, come up here too, because you're in with the committee. Yeah, come on. Wait, you're with the ALS, and Phil, so come on, Phil, come on up too.
It's all about ALS.
Yeah. Come on up, Pat. Get up here. There you go. There we go. One, two, three, Unico.
Yeah, at least the old.
Taking all pictures from his phone because he tells me that I don't give him his
Oh,
pictures, so.
okay.
All pictures.
Yes. Also, Steve has something to read.
Maybe he needs more pictures.
Mm.
For those of you, can you hear me at all?
Yes. Coming in perfect.
For those of you that have been around for a while, Roger Caruso was a big part of Unico, and he passed away recently. And I wrote kind of I don't know if it's a eulogy or whatever it is for him, and Phil actually read it at one of our get-togethers just before Thanksgiving, but I wanted to read it here because he was such a big part of Unico for me. It's difficult to express what Edward Roger Caruso meant to all of us. After his son Freddie's eulogy, I was able to start putting it together in words. He helped me bring it into a nexus. However feeble an attempt this might be, to thank Roger for all he was. When I met Roger in the waiting room under the stadium, in the Belleville Barbell Club, I was in my teens. I couldn't quite figure him out. At first, I saw him as this ominous figure who you knew right away was not to be trifled with. Then I realized he was Ricky's older brother. However, Ricky was laid back and a heck of a lot more. I met Ricky in 1967 when he gave me the guided tour of Belleville Junior High School. I was in 6th grade at the time. Ricky was in Mr. Jenkins' scout class. If anybody knew Mr. Jenkins, he was the original scared straight kind of guy. He threw hammers, he threw whatever he had in his hand. Stuff he would not do today. I've always wondered about the word enigma. Roger truly was an enigma then and still an enigma for us today. And I'll explain that as I go along. He was a tough Belleville guy, but had a heart of gold. My first impression was he was this tough, edgy North cop. A little bit scary at times, but intriguing at the same time. The more time I spent with him, the more sides of him I got to see. He became a little more mellow when he became an investigator for a prosecutor's office. Perhaps my age helped to mellow it out a little bit too, for me to better understand him. I have a son who's a police officer, so you can kind of understand that a cop inevitably develops an edge. And it's a scary edge because they're always on. Although Roger was 12 years my senior, we eventually became close friends. My wife, sons, and I started spending more time with Roger when I got involved in the Branford Manor. We spent a lot of time at Unico meetings. And that's where originally we got together with Unico. And I don't know, Pat, you were there too, right? Roger, yeah, left that out. Roger epitomized the Unico model of service above self. At that point, he was Roger, the real estate broker, and private investigator. Quite a combination. He supported me through 5 council elections. He always mentored and looked out for me. He counseled me with great insights and guidance. A truly honest and loyal friend who never asked for a favor unless it was for someone else. Roger was a highly intelligent, extremely complex individual who lived his Catholic faith on a daily basis. A great athlete as well as a great intellectual. This became more evident during our time at the Codman. That is where I met Roger the linguist and his story, as well as a great storyteller. He was truly a Belleville treasure. I somehow think that was his Edward persona, because we called him Roger. I didn't realize till later on that his actual name was Edward. Watching him in the last few years was heartbreaking, but he still maintained what I have come to understand was his iron Marine Corps will. He toughed it out, even though he had, COPD. Every day, no matter what that they brought for him, he kept going. He was a fighter. He loved Pina, his family, and his friends. You guys were such a joy for him. Although it makes sense to me now, I never knew he was a Marine. Just another dimension of his enigmatic personality. Thank you, Roger, for everything you gave us. We will continue to pray for you and your family. Semper Fi, Roger. Love you and we'll miss you.
Hey, Joyce.
Thank you, Steve. Can I continue?
Go ahead. Go.
Steve?
Continue.
Go, yeah, it's long. I met Roger in 1968, summer. I didn't speak the language. I met him on 3rd Street and Brule Avenue. I was looking to get help to do immigration papers for my family in Italy. So I went to him. I said, can you help me to do immigration papers for relatives from Italy? Specifically for my 2 sisters and their children. He said, I have a friend of mine that worked for the immigration. I will get your phone number. He gave me the phone number. It was Henry Tesserone, still in practice at the end of Mount Presbyterian. At the time, he didn't have no office yet. He was just transitioned from the immigration's office and go on his own. So he gave me that number, and over the years, I brought approximately 18 people from Italy with that phone number he gave me. And it was all handled through Henry Tesserone. So we became friends with Tesserone, but me and Roger never stopped talking after that. And over the years since then, we spoke all the time. And as years went on, one time, it was a point where Roger trusted me in cash money, in thousands of dollars. And he threw it to me from his car, right to my hands. He never wrote a piece of paper. He says, here, Joey, save this for me. And eventually, I opened up an account, put the money in, and eventually I get back to him. When he passed away, I hope he's in heaven. We don't know. He was in my pocket, and I was in his pocket. I don't know if I owed him money or we owed him money. Every week, when I say nothing, just make a phone call. Roger, what are you doing? Oh, I'm busy. I got to go. That's how it went all those years. Since 1968. Great friend. He became like a brother to me. Not blood brother, but great guy. He's responsible for bringing a lot of people in my family. And let me say this to you. When you do immigration papers, most you don't know it, but my mother came here before me and left us all behind. And because she had to do, we had Calandra and then Luzzy. But we got the help from Calandra and some other, my sister Susan, which came here through another Jake Relic. But my sister did papers for my mother, but she had to leave all us behind. I was 12, I was 10, my other sister was 7. She came here and did the papers because the papers weren't only good for my sister. No, I was talking for my mother. And then we came, she did the papers for us, almost 3 years later. And that's how we got into this country. If I didn't do the papers that Raj helped me, my sister had to do the same thing. Only the sister could have come in, but not the children. So they had to leave them all behind. And then come do the papers so then they come back into the country. And that's how we end up in the country here.
Good story, Joe. Thank you. Okay,
All because of Roger.
Yeah,
thank you, Joe.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. All right. Any guests tonight, which I know we have a couple here? Please stand up and just tell us your name and a little bit about yourself here, starting with Charlene. Stand up.
Charlene Marino. I'm president of the Italian American Association. It's a small group I took over from Joe Portavano. Peter, you have to come here tonight.
There you go. Thank you.
So, we're just a small group. We have a lot of people.
You do. Thank you for coming.
What do you do? What do they do?
Pat wants to know, what do you do there? What do you
What do we
with the
do?
Italian group?
Well, we, at our club,
Yes.
well, we have an association that helps a lot of people. We help the battered women, children, veterans. We gave a donation for a scholarship.
Yeah, we can't hear you. If someone
We gave a scholarship.
Close your mouth.
Scholarship for 6 students in Belleville, and we continue to help the community. It's a small group, we only have 74 members, but we're trying.
There you go.
Very good.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, I'm Mary Jo Bocchino, and I'm a life president of Belleville. I've been here since I came home from the hospital. I belong to the two state seniors. Joyce Rizzoli over there is president of. And I came here today because the Andrea Camerata is going to be giving a speech. And I used to babysit her.
I was just gonna say.
And I took care of her and her brother for many years when her mom and dad were alive. And it's from the 1970s, so it goes back 50 years when she was here.
Nice. Nice.
Very nice. Also, probably since 1986, I guess. I'm Andrea's cousin and I'm here. A friend of Mary Jo's as well. She also took care of me and started with my father before I was born, which is a very
Good evening, I'm John Sinico. Some of you know me as
John,
the,
pretty close to the email. Pretty close to the email.
some of you know me as the Dollar Ride driver. Where I was here this afternoon for the Tuesday Club to drive some of the seniors home. But, I just came at the invitation of Pete Vagino. And I brought a very worthy person with me that's gonna give you a little, information about our group. And that's all I have to say. Some of the people here, so good to see everyone. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Good evening, my name is Josephine Frazier, and I'm here at the request of Pete and also John, who is a regular dial rider for me. And I met Pete just 7 months ago, because he started working for Dial-A-Ride. And through John told Pete about our organization, the Little Zion Church Food Pantry. And Pete has always expressed such a sincere desire to know everything he can about the food pantry. He is truly interested. He's impressed with the work that we do. So he invited me to be here tonight, and I look forward to sharing our presentation with you. Thank you.
How you doing?
Pretty close to your mouth.
My name is Talking Out. I run a street printing and embroidery shop in Cedar Grove. I grew up in Belleville, actually. I actually just sold my grandmother's house last year, so I moved up to Cedar Grove a couple years ago, started my business, and I appreciate all you guys. And Peter, thank you for inviting me.
Once the Belleville got old. Yeah.
Oh, go behind Pete.
Oh, I gotta go behind this.
Oh, no, just you can't see her, that's all. Okay. Just do an introduction, that's all.
I'm Andrea Camerato Van Skoten. I was born in Columbus Hospital and we moved to Newark in 1972 and I stayed here until 2001 when my parents sold the house. And I am very excited later to talk to you about the book that I just had published about the Italians in Newark. Thank you for inviting me.
There you go. Well, you wanted to start the meeting on time. We have a lot to go over today here. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for showing up. Next on the list here, reading of the minutes. All right, as you all know, we used to read all the minutes last year. We're gonna start this year doing a PowerPoint reading. I took some suggestions of different members. They shorten it down, and I agree with it. We're gonna do a PowerPoint reading and shorten the minutes down. So I'm gonna do the first one, and then Carmel is gonna do it from now on. Okay, on the December 3rd meeting, attendance was head president VP Joe Gincarelli, second VP Pasquale Miola, treasurer treasurer Patricia Yuxel, social media director Tommy Stigliano, corresponding secretary that night was Christine Lampanello, acting sergeant at arms that night was John Esposito, in presence was Donna Completano, Angelo Carino, Phil Cuzzi, Michael Diro, Angela Galante, Adele Dumont, Joyce Melham, Maria Miola, Michael Perone, Judy Piscitano, Georgianne Palati, Joyce Rizzoli, Barney Rizzoli, Luigi Tupoletano, Mariana Tupoletano, Gerard Carlo, and Patricia Zupanowski. Treasurer's report, bus trip to the Catskills, and we made $585. Barbara Lozow was inducted as a new member. New business pocketbook bingo chicken tray raffle set for March 15th. Patricia Yuxel bought some high-end pocketbooks already. The Robert Luongo ALS dinner is scheduled for Thursday, January 30th at 6:30. Tickets are $100 per person. We will present our checks at that dinner to Bill Cousins. A motion was passed to sponsor a gold level $2,000 for a full sponsorship for the Belleville Recreation. And that includes a logo on the jersey, a large sign or banner on the field for our organization, a booth for the organization for each game or event. We will sponsor a baseball and a soccer team for 2025. Phil Cuzzi is donating 4 Yankee tickets to a game for a raffle, which includes watching batting practice up close and personal, also visiting where no fan has gone before. That's the umpire's locker room. Come meet the men in blue, and they will answer all your questions. It will be the most exciting $20 ever spent. Thank you. That's it. Now, how's that for a shortened version?
Pretty
good. There you go.
Very good.
All right.
All right.
I need a motion to accept the minutes.
Motion.
Joyce Mazzoli, second.
Second.
Who? Judy Piscadell. Piscadell. There you go. All right. Moving on. Treasury report, Tricia Yucca.
Okay, beginning balance is
There you go. Hold on.
12,000.
You want this?
Thank you. Okay, beginning balance is $12,963. We have no deposits this month, last month. We paid for the legal gambling license, $20. Unico National second half dues for 24-25 was due, $560. Unico National membership for Barbara Lazo was $70. Total expenses was $650. Ending balance is $12,313. Just before I left, the Eaton balance statement came in. We have $19,502 in that account. That's it.
Okay. Any questions? Motion to accept? So Steve Ravel, second. Joe Belnomi? Okay, thank you. Committee report. Thank you for everyone who came out to the radio station. This past Saturday, we were on ICN radio by our member, Tony Pasquale had us on. Pat Miola, myself, Joe Giancarelli, and Andre Domino, we were on live radio. I also invited some other people due to some circumstances they couldn't show, but it was an exciting experience. Maybe next year, whoever would like to come, you are more than invited. And we'll see the pictures. Oh, Anthony, oh yeah, I'm sorry, and our national president team, Anthony Benjavenga was also there. You will see the pictures in the magazine and hopefully up on the board here as well. Our Unicorn of the month, can I get a drum roll? Louder. We have two. First one is Georgia Pilati for putting the pictures up on the wall here. I need to know your t-shirt size. Large. Okay, you got a large shirt coming to you. And second one is Al Dorso. Everyone sees this metal sign here? Okay. This is the one that we bought from Unico National. But I went to Al, he has a sign company. I said, Al, can you make these up for us? And he did. So when I went to pick it up, we had 4 made. I said, how much do we owe you? He said, don't worry about it. He had 4 of these made exactly just like this. If we were to buy it, this would have cost us close to $2,000. So Al Dorso is our other co-union of the month. So 3 signs are going to be held at every entrance of Belleville if Mr. Banda gives us the okay. It's up to you. All right, but if we're coming in from Nutley, you will see a sign. Coming in from Bloomfield, you will see a sign. Coming in from over the bridge from Kearney, you will see a sign. Coming in from York, you will see a sign. And we got 1 more or 2 more to put around.
And make sure you put one as you're going into your house, see that.
So from every entrance coming into Belleville, you will see a Unico National sign. All right?
That's great.
Thank you. And well, don't thank me. Thank Al next time you see him. All right, moving on. We have our raffles made up thanks to Mr. Phil Cuzzy. I thank you again, Phil. That is a tremendous gift that you donated. But everyone is asking me about the seats. I don't want to look like a gift horse in the mouth. Can you give me some idea?
The seats are generally between home and third the second level up, the first couple of rows.
Beautiful, okay. Very, very nice seat. So I'm gonna go over this again. You get, the raffle is gonna be 4 Yankee tickets. Christine, you have the tickets there? Okay. Before everybody leaves, everybody gets 2 books. We wish for you to sell. I can't force it upon you, but it'd be nice if you sold 2 books. Each ticket is $20 a piece. So the winner gets 4 Yankee tickets. As you heard, you get to go on the field for batting practice, correct?
Right.
And you get to go in the locker room where no fans or nobody ever goes, not even the press, to see the men in blue, and you get to hang out with them and ask them any questions. Am I correct?
That's right.
There you go. So that is well worth the $20 prize. So that is well worth.
Before the game.
Yes.
Before the game.
A Yankee ticket now goes for, I don't even know how much. $100 easy. Easy, $100. So that's a $400.
And that's in the nosebleed.
Yeah, all the way up in the bleachers.
Yeah, so I don't think you're gonna have a problem selling the tickets for $20. If you want more, you're gonna have it, but Joyce is the one giving it up, but Christine is her co-chairman. So before everyone leaves, please see her for 2 books. She's gonna write it down. If you need more, just go to her during the course of the time. Now, if you wanna hang me for this, you can. I have the nails and the hammer in the car. The date is set for March 15th. I changed the date to March 22nd. The reason why I'm going in for surgery February 25th and the 27th. I don't know if I'm going to be back in time for the 15th. And Pat Miola is going to be honored for Man of the Year by, say it again, for Man of the Year. So you can call me selfish. I don't feel comfortable with I'm not being here or with Pat not being here. So I changed the date to the 22nd. I already informed the town. Brian has it in his office already. I'm waiting for the okay. So if he gives us the okay, then it's set, but it's on the raffle tickets now. But
The bingo. And that's for the bingo, the pocketbook bingo.
that's
So
for the
that's not just
pocketbook
for the
bingo
raffle.
tricky trade day.
Mm.
It's for
Yeah,
here.
you have
So
to tell us all, you have
Yes.
to put it all in there.
this is for that date here. So I took it upon myself. If I did wrong, hang me. But I had to do it because I wanted the raffle tickets tonight, and I had to make the decision.
Slash trick or
That's the
treat,
only
and
reason
the
why I
raffle,
had
this
did
is
it.
the raffle.
Not that I wanted to do it on my own, but I wanted the tickets here because if we waited another month, you wouldn't have had the tickets. That's the only reason why I made that call. So I made an executive call, and that's what I did.
You're allowed.
Or give me, or hang me.
You're the guy. You're allowed.
I did it.
It's all right.
Okay,
You're right. Yeah.
trust me on this, I hope.
How many tickets in the book they want to
So
know?
there's 5 tickets to a book,
It's not bad. Yeah.
and we have 1,000 tickets. If we sell out, we can always order more. Okay, now we're gonna do the same thing like we did for the ALS walkathon. Steve, I asked him to, I put him on short notice to make up some lawn signs, just to give us a brief to run us through, because he can get us the best price. Steve, can you come up with something today?
I just sent a file that I was earlier.
Oh,
Yeah, we didn't come up yet with, we don't have a committee yet, so we have to come up with something to see what we're charging, what we're doing, whose number's gonna be on the flyer. That's gonna be a big thing.
So
Yeah.
I started.
I have it right here. Yeah.
Sent it just down there.
Yeah, well, the committee is gonna make the decision, like, when we haven't got a committee yet.
Well, I just
So,
told him to just make a brief
yeah,
idea, that's all.
I have a sign up for the committee, whoever wants to be on the committee with us. This is for the pocketbook bingo. Yeah, so whoever wants
Hold
to
on a
be
minute.
on the committee, yeah.
The proceeds are going to the,
Scholarship fund,
so
And that's on the ticket.
Volunteering to help, raise funds for the scholarships that we give out to the Belleville students, high school, as well as the national. There's, I believe as well, right? So-
No, it doesn't go, all, the
No,
money
it
that we
doesn't- no, it
raise
doesn't go to
stays
national.
in
This is-
Belleville, stays
Yeah,
in-house.
This is all in-house for us here.
Yeah, this is all in-house. This is what
all
we're
for
raising
us
for
here.
all Belleville people, all Belleville children.
No,
Yeah.
The rest stays here.
The tough part
All
about-
stays
we talked
here.
about
All
this
stays
is We get car class signs, you know, if we're doing it like we did before, they're 18 by 24. And, there's different strengths of the car class, you know, this is like 4 mil.
We wanna go cheap,
Yeah.
cheap.
Cheap is about.
Cheap. Cause we can't use it again.
Depending on the quantity, it's the quantity, it's based on that, so you're talking between $6 and $7 a piece. That's with the stakes. We're talking a piece, so, you know, so that's pretty much a cost, you know, and again, that's not cost. So it's $6, and then how many we start at 50, treated, 60. Again, price drops. The issue we're having is in the States, the frozen ground, you know, we can't put it in the wood we do in the areas of the, you know, around the. So, so we considered talking about actually nailing them to some trees, you know, and again, finding trees that are, we can do that and live enough town is, you know, that's a tough thing to do. I mean, we're talking about nailing them to a tree in around, intersection, but, and then the nails, again, we're looking, you know, for a nail that is about, you know, 1.5 inches. If we do that, it has to have, a big head on it as well, so it holds the sign, because if you look at, you know, the wind today and the roofing nails, if you look at the roofing nails, something like that, or they do make them at Home Depot, I sold them, and they're.
Maybe we could zip tie them around the tree.
Right, and then I wouldn't make them vertical, I wouldn't make them horizontal signs, I would make them vertical signs, so still do an 18, or maybe a 24, 18 by 18 by 24, so something that would be that size, you know?
Who in here has carpenter experience? Gino, you, right? You have some, Steve does.
Yeah, on the side.
Yeah, you are. Gino is. Anybody else?
Excuse me, put a strap around them instead of nail them.
Say that?
Put a strap around them when you put, or a big strap things in. You know, instead of putting a nail into the tree, you know?
Yeah.
Sometimes there's trees, you put a nail.
One at a time.
Destroys the tree, you know?
All right.
Trying
Trish?
to strap it, and that's another, you
Hold-
know, say at an expense, but again, how you do that, whether we can do it with,
All right, Trish? Trish, you're up, talk.
All right, so before we get to that, we really need to come up with the bigger picture.
Yeah.
Time, how much everything is gonna cost, things like that. So I need a committee, so whoever wants to be on the committee, we'll get together, we'll design what we need, and then we will come to Steve and say, Steve, this is what we want you to put on the signs, because we have to put somebody's phone number, we have to put somebody's email to do it. So, if I have a sign-up sheet, if anybody who wants to be on the committee with me, we don't have to have a lot of people, we just need people who are going to, like, be able to volunteer their time, and we're gonna have to hustle, because we don't have a lot of time. We're gonna have to go out and, okay, stay quiet. We're gonna have to go out and start soliciting to get money, to get prizes, to get all that stuff. So if you put your name down here, and then I can stop maybe one day next week, you can come to my house, we can, you know, we can discuss
brainstorm,
coming
yeah.
together and come up with a plan, and then we don't need to have a meeting like with everybody. We'll send out an email and let everybody know what's going on. But the most important person, we let Steve know about the thing within a week or so. Steve, is that good?
Yeah.
Okay, can I make a-
Turn these around in like 3 or 4 days.
Okay.
Can I just make it, Steve, you're gonna be in charge of the sign committee, and you build a committee on that, of making them and hanging them up. That's his area.
Yeah, and then also too, we need whoever's we need, like, when we get to the committee, we need to find out bingos, like, because bingo is not bingo. It's not a special bingo. It has to be a special word designs on the bingo. So we have Joyce's, my woman, for that, because you know who to get in touch with for the all that. So we need a night that we're going to get together and write down everything, and we'll go over everything, and each person will have a job to do. Does that sound good? Okay.
Okay.
So, because there's no point talking about it here, because it takes up too much time. You need to get a small committee together. But I have one big request, okay? Next meeting, everybody please bring a basket. If you don't make a basket, you can give some money, and the committee will make a basket for you. Put your name on it and the whole thing, for the tricky tray, not the pocketbooks. That's a big other thing. Yeah, you could do a gift card, and then we can put it with another basket to make it, to make it look good. But there's a lot of people here that you can even get family members to donate a basket. The more baskets we have, the more money we're going to make. Okay. But next meeting, if everybody could bring a basket, or you could call me or call Pete, and I'll come pick it up if you can't make it, or, our committee will come pick it up. But even if that, you can't put it together, you can put some stuff in a bag, and we'll decorate it for you. Okay? So, but we need everybody's, to make this an event to remember, we're all going to have to participate and just make it special. But then, if anybody knows anybody with deep pockets that want to donate a pocketbook, like, if anybody wants to, give us the name that we can send up, because we have to come up with letters that we need to send out to people too. So, so to donate, because the pocketbooks is what we need to make our money on, because that's the most important. That's it, the pocketbooks. So.
Okay, good job.
And then also too, the ladies would like to play the bingo, so the men are going to be the ones going to be doing the calling out the numbers. What you say, ladies?
Yes.
Right?
Just a quick question. Actually, my mom had a question. Is that for the, how much do you want the baskets to be worth?
Well, not
Tricky tray.
like, not whatever. I mean,
Whatever.
the less I'd say was 25.
Okay, that's what.
Yeah, and then we can have different ones, for different, if we have smaller ones, we could have a different price for those tickets. And then we have bigger baskets, we could ask for more money for those bigger baskets. So that's it. But the whole thing is, the pocketbook that's our main focus, the pocketbooks. That's the most important thing. But if we can get big prizes too, if anybody wants to donate a TV, that would be a big prize. The tickets to the baseball.
We bring you,
No, doesn't have to be brand.
because I have a used one.
We put a bow on it. We have the tickets too. That's the grand prize. So, if we can go to Best Buy, maybe Best Buy might give us a TV, or Walmart somewhere. But we need to come up with all that thing. So we need to go hustling. Yeah.
And have a letter to bring to-
We have to come up with a letter. So you need to get a letter from what we can use from National, so that we could use it. Yeah. So. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do for the tricky tray and the pocketbook, and then we'll come up with our other ideas, and we'll get in touch. That's it, I'm done. Okay. Thank you, Pat.
One last thought on that. Speaking of the men.
Yeah.
Also, they should come up with something that depends on what you're gonna sell the tickets for. That's what the basket should be, the price of the basket. I think you should do better than $25.
I think so too.
Okay,
I think.
I
it's
think
too
it should
cheap,
be anywhere,
$25.
50 or 75 or higher.
okay.
And then you divide it up. into lots.
Well, just say you want two people can get together with a basket, if that's the case, and make it a nice big basket. How's that sound?
That's good. That's good.
Just on
Yeah.
two thoughts here, because we got a lot more to go. Phil, if I remember correctly, you had a contact for us with the purses or something?
I was gonna just donate, 2, coach bags.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's move around, good. Not only go for Unico in the month, you go for Unico in the year. Thank you, Bill. All right. Now, speaking of the men, I don't know if you are gonna serve food or snacks, but.
Okay, so
Well,
let me explain
wait,
this.
wait.
No, hold
You
on.
gotta move on, though. I don't wanna talk.
No,
But if you are, the men can do the serving.
no, that's not how it works, because,
I think you need another committee.
right?
All right, make this quick, though.
Okay, so the way this pocketbook bingo works, I don't know if anybody's been to a pocketbook bingo tricky trade type of thing. You bring your friends, you have a table. Everybody that you're bringing, they bring their own food and drinks. So that's nothing to do with us. They're gonna buy things. We can have little snacks in that you can serve or whatever if you want to, but like, we usually bring our own food and drinks. That's how it is with the pocketbook bingo. So if you have 10 people that's coming to your table, those 10 people bring their own stuff. They bring their own drinks, they bring their own snacks and things like that. That's it.
No alcohol.
No alcohol allowed in here?
No alcohol. No.
Oh, okay. That could be a problem. Okay. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
For the ticket and give the people the
Food,
food.
yeah. All right, we
much
can
work.
talk about this some other.
No, but it's
Let
not,
the committee talk.
somebody's gonna have
about
it, no, the committee just has to set up a table for them.
Let the
Let the committee worry about it.
let the committee talk.
We'll
All right,
talk
speaking
about
of
it. We'll talk.
scholarships, Unico National came out with all the national scholarships. Quiet. Unico National has all the scholarships. There are about 20 or 30 of them here. I made copies when you came in. They're all here. If you know your kids, your grandkids, your nieces, your nephews, apply. You have nothing to lose. There's thousands and thousands of dollars here. Apply. It doesn't hurt at all. You have $2,000 scholarships, $5,000 scholarships in sciences, in math, in anything. They're right here. When you came in the door, I purposely put them in there. All sorts of scholarships, right up here. Okay?
Do you have to be Italian?
No. On some, yes, on some, no. So look over them. There's a lot of times people don't even apply and the money's sitting there. Thousands and thousands of dollars just sitting in there. Again, apply. Thank you. Now, new business. Joe Brazier, would you like to come up here, please? Oh, no, yeah, come on up. I'm sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Joe Brazier from the Zion Church Food Pantry.
Zion.
I'm gonna try to talk without the mic. My voice really does project. Let me know if it's a problem. Okay, first of all, I really and truly want to say thank you sincerely for allowing me this privilege tonight. And just a little bit information about myself. I am a life member of Belleville. I was born and raised in Belleville. My maiden name was Wells. My grandfather planted some of the cherry blossom trees in Branchbrook Park. And the little Zion Church, my great-grandfather and his brother were among the founders, and they were the first two pastors there. And in case you don't know, I don't know if you can all see the name. It's Little Zion UAME Church. We're a Methodist church located on Stevens Street, right off of Home Street in Belleville. We've been around for 136 years. Our food pantry has been in existence for over 25 years. And tonight, my purpose for being here is to inform you about our food pantry. Our food pantry, the food comes from the community food bank in Hillside. So overall, we don't have a problem with food. We have a problem with our operating expenses. The food is, they give us generous allotments from the food bank, and what they automatically give us each month, if we desire to have extras, they more than willingly accommodate us. So we get maybe close to over 5,000 pounds of food each and every month from the food bank. And we are open 2 Saturdays a month, the 3rd Saturday and the 4th Saturday of the month, from 10 o'clock until 2:30 p.m. The only requirement that you need to use the food pantry is that you have to be a resident of the state of New Jersey. So we do service people from one end of the state to the other. Believe it or not, people have come to us all the way down from Somerville. We have had families. But the majority of our applicants are from East Orange, Newark, Passaic, Kearney. Just since the pandemic, we have quite a few people from Belleville. I honestly and truly believe there was always a need in Belleville, but I just think that people were kind of ashamed to use the pantry. But since the pandemic, our clientele from Belleville has increased a lot. And now, with our operating expense, we spend about $150 a month because we rent a U-Haul truck, which runs us about $75. Then there's the gas, and we pay a driver. So that's our biggest challenge. Everything else just runs very smoothly. We have 20 volunteers that help us, and every phase of the operation just works like clockwork. We all really and truly know what our part is, and we do it well, and people are really, really pleased with the service. We service about 140 families a month. Last month, and December and November are our biggest turnouts because basically everybody looks for a turkey. And so the food bank, number one, is our biggest contributor for turkeys. We have a few organizations in Belleville that donate, including the mayor, the sheriff's office. So we gave away about 215 turkeys over the Thanksgiving holidays. And then in December, we serviced about 185 families. So again, if anybody knows anybody that is in need of this type of service, please refer them to us. Our address is 154 Stevens Street in Belleville. And again, the days of operation are the 3rd and the 4th Saturdays from 10 a.m. until 2:30 p.m. The only requirement is to be a resident of the state of New Jersey. And again, I just thank you ever so much for giving me this privilege. And I must be honest with you, I did not know about Unico until I met Pete. And wow, this is really a fantastic organization. And I can honestly say that I will really and truly be supporting you. And I will be spreading the word to others too, because what a great work you do. And so we're all just part of a chain, and we all help in our own various ways. So I'm helping you, and I look forward to you helping me. And when I say that, I mean recommend people, because that helps us as far as the food bank allotment goes. And with word of mouth, like I said, we do get assistance from the sheriff's department. And not only did the sheriff's department donate turkeys to us, but they also gave us toys in which every child that, every family that has children, they all got toys during the Christmas holiday. The Belleville Board of Education has donated turkeys and food to us too. So, it's just really, really great to have another branch of some help. And I thank you all for your time.
Thank you. Tommy, John, come on up. We're gonna go in our national magazine. So,
I'm grateful for the
okay.
I know I don't have enough, in our schedule, so if you want, yeah.
Okay, well, I can always wait up, no problem. All right, Joe, thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right. All right, well, I wanna, would anybody like to make a motion here on the floor to make a donation to Little Zion?
Hey, talking to the mic.
Oh. Would anybody like to make a motion to make a donation to Little Zion Church here?
I'll make a motion.
Judy? Or? Price?
It's only $150 a month.
$150. Okay, 150. Do I have a second?
I second it.
All right, Joe. Okay. All right, Joe. We just made a motion and it got passed for $150 for you, okay?
Thank you.
All right. So who do we make the check out to? Church? Okay. All right, I got it.
Good job.
Good deal. Now, let me make this here.
I want to make a motion to put an ad in the collaborative form on behalf of Pat
Miola?
for $100
Or
for being honored in collaborative form.
for the ticket ad out journal for you.
For the ticket, ad on journal, yes.
I second.
$100
$100.
for an
For
ad,
the ad.
for man of the
Okay.
year.
Okay.
All right.
I want to say
Thank you,
something.
Peter,
I'm
and, thank you, Double Unico.
Anybody,
Supporting.
anybody object?
I'm color brace, but I'm not part of it.
All right.
I am color brace.
Right here, Joe.
He's got up
From all those there, we got
Right here, same town.
If anyone likes to come to the dinner, please let me know. It's gonna be a Ravello. The tickets are $125. Whoever wants to come and support them.
15th.
And, it's a great night. They have open bar, they have all kind of food and. And the date, it is, March 15th.
Yes.
March
15th.
March 15th.
And thank you for changing the date. Pete.
Yes. All right. Do we have any Federation news?
Federation news, right now, we're just going to have a regular meeting, in, January, but we are having, Carnival in, February. So that's scheduled for February 25th. And that's probably gonna be at Mama Victoria. And we also gonna have a DJ, we have a little music and, enjoy ourselves. I'll give you more information on it.
Quiet, everybody, please. I forgot to mention also on the front of the, when you came in, I have, a price list of Unico apparel, shirts, hats. I mean, Todd, if you would take a look at this, if you could match this and make it better and lower, do it.
What does he do?
He does, shirts, printing. Apparel.
Keep it in-house.
sign, one sign.
I'm interested in apparel now. Okay? Can you see me before you leave? All right.
Yeah.
Quiet, we're almost
Maybe
there.
we don't
'Cause
want
I
to
want
do
to
the
get Andrea here. All right, save the dates. We were talking about bringing in a New Year's celebration. I'm looking at February 1st. Does anybody object? Would like to have it here before I bring it to the town? That's a Saturday, or you want to have it on a Sunday? A Sunday or a Saturday?
But be careful here because we can't have New Year with no food.
Yeah, nobody wants to have wine and a couple of drinks.
Brian, is it absolutely no alcohol here? Okay.
Have it at Brian's house. We'll have it at Brian's.
So we gotta have it.
Well, that's.
All right, it's to be announced again then. All right. To be announced again.
Yeah.
All right, our food drive is gonna be.
What drive?
Food drive.
Our food drive at the Belleville ShopRite will be on February 1st then. That's a Saturday at the Belleville ShopRite. We do one food drive a year.
What time?
At the time is from 9 a.m. till whatever time we get tired and leave.
What date?
February 1st.
First?
February 1st. Now, Steve? No, we're not. Because we're gonna have it here, but.
Yeah, I think you muted the mic.
Huh?
No. It's on. Died.
Yeah, but
So everybody
it'd be better to have it here.
It died.
Battery must have died.
It's not a battery. It's not.
It's not a battery?
All right, both loud, Pete.
Okay, I'm talking loud.
Hit
So the food drive is the first. Everybody can hear my big mouth. It's all right.
Yes, we can.
Question.
Shoot.
So when we do this food drive. Oh, yeah.
And when we did it the last time, we just piled it in the boxes.
No. Are we gonna give it to little Zion?
We give some to Little Zion and we give some to the Christian Faith Center Church because they have a food pantry there too. Yes. So we're going to split it to both. And also St. Peter's has one, but I don't know anybody there as well.
Holy Family has
All right.
Holy Family. I mean, we had a lot of food last time, but right now, Mike. Well, the last time I only had six people show up. So we wound up staying there the majority of the day. And it's a long day. So it's how many people come, and that's how long that we stay.
Because they can rotate the.
That's a great idea, Michael. That's a great idea. Thank you. That's a great idea.
Yeah, they came for the.
Yes, that's a great idea. Thank you, Mike.
We had the high school.
That's a real good idea. Yes, please. Now,
High school.
I'll just give you a hint. Do not miss February's meeting. It's going to be a wonderful surprise. I have an excellent performer coming in here. You do not want to miss it. Trust me. You do not want to miss this performer coming in here. She's a professional, and she's going to put on a show that you would pay $100 to see. And she's coming in here for free. Believe me.
The next meeting.
At our next meeting. Okay, I saved the best for last. Andrea, come on up.
Working?
Yeah.
Now you got it going. After I strained my voice. All right, come on up, Andrea. The pressure is on you.
Okay.
Andrea.
Andrea, okay.
Hmm?
Oh, here it is.
There you go.
Right there.
The stage is yours.
Thank you. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
As I mentioned earlier, my name is Andrea. I was born in Newark and I grew up in Belleville, and I stayed here till 2001. I was in the same house for just over 30 years. My family is primarily from Campania in Sicily, and like many of you, I grew up hearing the family stories at Sunday dinner, all the parties, the family events. And the one thing that stayed in my mind over and over, I heard it my whole life, and I'm sure you heard it too, was never forget where you came from. And we were taught, when growing up, there was no like hyphenating. There was no Italian American or Armenian American or whatever. We were taught at a young age, you are an American of Italian descent. America is your country, but you never forget your heritage. And it really stuck with me my whole life. And I started down this road several years, more than a decade ago, when that horrible show that shall not be named that takes place down the shore came out.
Oh, God.
And I used to travel a lot. And the three things I used to hear all over the country when I said I was from New Jersey was the airport, the turnpike, and Jersey Shore. And I got really sick of it. So I started a blog called This Is My New Jersey. And it was to show everything wonderful about New Jersey, which I still write. Over time, though, I found I was writing more and more about my heritage. So I started a second blog called Jersey Girl Italian Roots. And I started really thinking about how there's really not much documented about the Italian communities, specifically in New Jersey. And I came across a book called The Italians of New Jersey. It was published in 1980. And the quote that the book opens with is, "The family history of Italian Americans in New Jersey has been neglected by scholars. There is a lack of histories of the Italian American family at the local level, as well as studies that compare the families of Italian Americans and other ethnic groups." That was in 1980. Since then, there has been almost nothing else written. I came across two books. One from Father Nicastro about the Feast of St. Gerard, and one from Michael Merso that I'm sure you've all seen about the First War. That's it. And I started to realize that more and more, we're losing these stories. We're losing these histories. So I decided to go down the rabbit hole. And I began to talk to people and say, what I want to know is, why did they come in the first place? What made them leave where they had been for generations and centuries and say, I've had it. I'm going somewhere where I don't speak the language, can't read, can't write, and have no money, and start. What made them do that? So I started to research, and I was shocked at what I found, the abject poverty that they left, and the feudal system that we would learn about in school was still taking place in the 1800s. It was just amazing to me. And in researching my family, it was the same as researching everybody else's family. And I wanted to know, why did their family leave? What did they find when they got here? Who built that city? How did they worship? What were their family stories? What did they learn? What I didn't want was famous people. We all know who Frankie Valli, Connie Francis, Joe Pesci. I didn't want any of that. We all know that. I didn't want any mafia. We all know who Richie the Boot is. I don't care. I didn't want just the good, and I didn't want just the bad. I wanted more than just cold hard facts. Another point I came across was, in every census since 1840, New Jersey has been one of the states with the highest proportion of residents born outside the country. In 1860, only 105 Italians lived in all of New Jersey. By 1900, so 40 years, 1900, New Jersey was home to more Italians than any other state in the Union, with the exceptions of New York and Pennsylvania. So think about the geography we're talking about with New York and Pennsylvania and then New Jersey. We were third in the country. By 1960, New Jersey had surpassed Pennsylvania and is now the second largest home to Italians and Italian heritage individuals, other than New York. So it was really interesting to me to find all this information. And I went down the rabbit hole. I posted on Facebook, I posted on Reddit, I posted on LinkedIn, I emailed people, I made phone calls, and I started looking for resources. And as I mentioned, there wasn't much out there. We owe a huge debt of gratitude to Michael Amersa, because prior to him, that whole area, that whole first ward, there was nothing documented before it all went to the waste. Without him putting out his call for his book, which came out 25 years ago, believe it or not, there would have been nothing documented. And he was sort of motivated the same way I was, that he was looking at his elders and his family and saying, nothing's been written down. So I proceeded down that rabbit hole. And there are actually some really good resources from a general perspective. State Archives, National Archives, Library of Congress, newspapers.com, the Italian Tribune, not so official are Facebook groups, genealogy groups, oldnork.com, if anyone's ever seen it. And then there are tons of online resources. As a side note, if you've ever heard of Antonati, if I'm saying that right, yes. Those are now, you can search centuries worth of Italian documents, birth certificates, marriage, and death online. I'm not saying they're perfect, but they are there. And I went deep down this rabbit hole, and I found a lot, and I found that we were all a lot the same. I spent a lot of time within the Newark Public Library. The Charles F. Cummings New Jersey Information Center is a huge wealth of information. Again, that's where the Michael Amersa collection is housed. But they have lots of information about New Jersey in general as well. Spent a lot of time at the Museum of the Old First Ward. If you've never been, I highly recommend it. It's in the basement of the St. Lucy's Community Center. And that provided me with a lot of things I didn't expect to find. One of which was, at first, when I first learned that the museum was in the basement, I gotta be honest, I was really irritated. I was like, why are we relegated to the basement? Well, after I did my research, when our ancestors first got here, they were not even welcome in the main level of the church. The Irish, who were primarily in charge of the archdiocese and the Catholicism in general in this country, felt that the way the Italians worshipped from a Catholic perspective was borderline paganism. Excuse me, they did not like the feasts, they didn't like the statues, they didn't like anything. They also did not like that we didn't speak English yet. So as a result, they were relegated to the basement. They were refusing to create opportunities for them to worship. And at one point, the straw that broke the camel's back, I learned, was there was a group down neck that formed their own church. People were creating their own chapels in their homes. And one whole group left Catholicism and became an Episcopalian church. That's when the archdiocese finally said, well, I guess they're not going to totally change their ways, we better do something. And that's how we wound up with initially 4 Italian churches in Norfolk, of which several are no longer there. It just shocked me we always heard the stories, you know, they came for a better life. And what did they find when they got here? And I really had no understanding or true appreciation for what they encountered when they got here. And that they weren't allowed to worship. Like I said, they were put in the basement. They were discriminated against in ways that I had no idea. And one story in particular that I learned, both in my genealogy research as well as my book research, is my great-grandmother, as I'm sure many of your ancestors, if they were not citizens of the United States during World War II, as we started out the war on the wrong side, they needed to register as enemies, aliens of enemy origin. So my great-grandmother, an illiterate woman who couldn't read, couldn't write, never had a job, was forced to go be fingerprinted and have mugshot taken and be registered as an alien, enemy alien. Well, fast forward, she moved from one end of the first ward to the other end of the first ward, literally. So you all know that area. We're talking blocks here. She was called in by INS and questioned because she was apparently supposed to tell them when she moved, even after World War II was over. And she was brought in again and again. I found 3 separate times she was brought in and questioned. And it shocked me that they would ask a 60-something-year-old woman if she had known political affiliations in Italy. She probably had no idea what they even meant. And what broke my heart the most was at the end they had to sign, she had to sign her name. It was a cross. And they wrote next to it, her mark. And her son signed for her. She couldn't even sign her own name. So it gave me, as I talked to people and I learned their stories, it really gave me a deeper appreciation for what they all endured and why we are all here and how blessed we should consider ourselves. And I will close with one quote from the end of the book, if you don't mind. We have a story to tell, and we need to tell it. So if you decide to get further into research of your family or your genealogy, whenever you get discouraged, remember that you're just not writing for now. You're writing for the future in the hope someone will want to read what you have collected and written. May you all find your paisani and be encouraged. Thank you.
Oh. Charlie, can you come up and take this picture?
What's the name of the book?
Oh, The Italians in North. I have copies here if anyone is interested.
Did you get any research from the Mother Caprini story?
Oh, yeah, I did.
Yeah, you don't want to.
Thank you.
See that you're gonna be in the national magazine.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Shirley. Thank you, Shirley. No, thank you. Okay, everybody. Our next meeting will be February, what, Tommy, you got the date?
No, I don't. It will be, the next meeting will be the 4th, it looks like.
February 4th, Tuesday night, 11
Tuesday the
o'clock.
4th.
Okay.
How do you forget it? We're gonna have a performer.
Yeah, you're the
Well, I
one.
got to perform, I don't mean I have to have the date.
Oh.
It's 8:25, meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everybody.
Good job.
That is a record.